All right. Hey guys, how's it going? It's Joy. I'm back again with another video. I hope that you guys are doing well and I hope that you guys are staying safe. So you guys, today I did want to touch on a couple topics here that I did get from the previous live. And shout out to those of you that were in the live. There were a lot of folks in the room, so I really, really do appreciate you guys on that. It's funny because when I was doing the live, I really wasn't paying attention to the chat, and I'm actually having a look at the chat, and that's actually the reason why I wanted to bring up this topic. It was actually based off of the chat here. Now, this one topic that I have, I think I'm going to save it for the next video, but it was talking about the human tragedy that we are so focused on pure feelings and emotions. And it says human person has spiritual dimension. So, and then someone also asked, what is a narcissist? I hear that a lot and I can't find a good example. That's a good question. You guys can get my book, right? You can read Reclaim Your Life Back. You can definitely learn all about a narcissist. Or if you guys wanted to, I need to sort out my playlist on my channel so I can kind of give the break down the videos per subject, per topic for you guys. That way it can kind of help you out with that, especially for those of you that are new subscribers, because I know we do have some new viewers. We also do have some followers that have been following me throughout the years, and things like that, and people that kind of been maybe watching me off and on and things like that. So, but yes, but there was actually something that stood out to me here, and thank you guys for the lovely comments. I appreciate it. Thank you guys so much. Let's see here. So apparently, I mean, some of the folks in the chat, we're hoping that they're real people, but so someone kind of admitted that they were a narc in the chat here, is what I see. Um, so let's see. So the individual basically said, we don't break people down, we just like to have control over our situation. And that really was interesting to me because usually when it comes to a narcissist, my personal experience, the reason why, I have felt throughout, the timing that I was around narcissists, that they try to break you down is because, they do want control over a situation, right? They want not only control over you, but they also want control over others, excuse me. And the reason why they want this control is because a lot of narcissists don't feel in control of their own lives, right? So they get that sense of supply when they feel like they can control you and your situation. They also like to be able to control people's emotions. They like to control their thoughts. A lot of times they do like to, brainwash people, right? Or they'll try to control how people feel, how people think. Now, the narcissist really loves it when they can hurt people, right? When they hurt people, when they can get people upset. A lot of them are very sadistic in that way where, they really like to make people get upset. I remember, I think I had told you guys this story of one time, well, not the one time, but the individual time frame when the last time I had ended up seeing my aunt who was a narc, our last get together that we had. And, she basically, the mask was off, there was no turning back at that point, everything was out in the forefront, and this was, I think I shared with you guys, this was around the time when she was trying to pretend like she was going to buy me something for Christmas. And what she was trying to do was she was trying to see if she could still have control over me, right? But not only that, but she was trying to see if she can control me using finances. Remember, I shared with you guys like how some narc parents, they like to be able to control the people around them financially, right? So they kind of really abuse their power and their authority in that regards. And so so that, at that moment in time, I did move out of my aunt's house. I at the time had my own place, where I was staying at. Specifically, this is when I used to live in California. And yeah, at that point in time, my aunt, she really was, because I think at that moment I was not, I think, was I still paying? I think I did pay my own bill at that time. I was paying my own phone bill. Yeah, I think she had, and then that was the other thing. Like, she really didn't want me to break free, meaning like she didn't want me to be able to have control over my own life. She still wanted to have full control. Narcissists are control freaks. That's just, it is what it is. But yeah, I think I ended up having, I was taking care of myself and things like that. And, we had that last outing, and I pretty much asked her, I was like, hey, I want to go home. I'm not really comfortable at this point in time. And, she was telling me the reason why she treated me the way that she did. And then, long story short, we ended up driving back home. And at that point in time, I was just really confused. I wasn't understanding everything. And, I happened to look over to her, and I just see her smiling. So sometimes when a narcissist sees that you get upset, or they may see that you feel uncomfortable, you may feel uneasy, or whatever the case may be, that makes the narcissist happy, because again, you guys got to remember, the narcissist gets supply off of your emotions, right? They get supply off of negativity, right? They get supply off of drama. They get supply off of chaos, and things like that. And so they really love it. They really eat up the negativity. They really love the drama. They love the chaos. They love the mayhem and things like that. And so, they're very sadistic in that way. And so that's just something to be mindful of. But yet, no, I thought that was very interesting that that person had kind of was admitting that he was a narc. Now, to be honest, just in my personal experiences, the narcissists that I've been in contact usually have not admitted that they were a narcissist. So that individual saying that, I mean, that could be the case, but I mean, that is just really rare, and it just doesn't happen often. So I mean, it could be true, but most of the times narcissists will not admit to anything, especially if their image is involved, right? They have to keep up a certain look. They don't want people to see them for who they really are. They rather lie and try to trick people and try to deceive people and things like that, and try to trick and manipulate and try to maintain, control over a situation, than admitting, their wrongs, or taking accountability for a situation, something that they may have done wrong, or, whatever the case may be. So that's actually interesting that that individual said that. Hold on one second, you guys. Hold on. This thing is, hold on. There was like this thing on my jacket. I had to get it off. But yeah, you guys. So, yes, that was very interesting that that individual said that. Yeah, very, very interesting. The individual said that they said that they are a narc. They said they always love bomb. He said, I love bomb my girl and cheat on her just to get her back and to hurt her again. I broke her just to rebuild her and break her again. So I guess that could be the topic of this video, is, learning how to rebuild yourself after being broken by a narcissist. Because the thing is, like I said, they will break you. And the thing about it is, for those of you that have been broken by a narcissist, you really have to learn how to rebuild yourself back up. And of course, this is not something that the narcissist wants you to do. And this is also not something that the narcissist is going to help you to do either, because they want to they want you to have a low self-esteem. They want you to be naive. They want you to stay stuck. They don't want you to know your value. They don't want you to know your worth. They want you to settle for less, because you guys got to remember, at the end of the day, the narcissist settles for less, right? The narcissist settles for something that, doesn't make them happy. Maybe it's just something very mundane. It could be something just very kind of traditional, or just something for looks, something for an image, or the narcissist could be in a situation just to get back at somebody else, just to spite somebody else. But, they've started a whole situation, just to make somebody else jealous. And they think that they're hurting somebody else when they're actually just hurting themselves. You know what I'm saying? And so, you just want to be mindful of that. But, yeah, this individual claims that he's a narc. I mean, like I said, that's not a rare case. Sometimes they will admit it. Like, you have some narcissists that just they don't care. Like, they'll admit that they're a narc. And then others of them that are, like I said, they have this image and they don't want people to find out who they really are. Then, those are the ones that hide behind rocks, and they throw the rock and then they hide their hand and stuff like that, or they'll do sneaky stuff behind people's back. They'll try to pretend that they're one way and they're another. They're two-faced. They'll do sneaky stuff behind the scenes and things like that. So you just want to be careful regarding that. But yeah, just rebuilding your life back is just really reclaiming your independence, reclaiming your self-esteem, your self-worth, getting to know yourself again, finding out who you really are as a person, find out, whatever your traumas are, your triggers are, your insecurities. You have to find that stuff out, and also too, that's another thing that the narcissist will do. And especially in the beginning, like, the narcissist likes to find out what hurts you. They want to find out what your triggers are and those insecurities are, because what the narcissist likes to do is they want to re-traumatize you. They want to re-hurt you. That's actually something that the female narcissist likes to do a lot. She likes to use that as her weapon a lot of the times. And also the mother-in-laws, they will do that, especially like with their new daughter-in-laws. They like to use that against the daughter-in-laws, because the female narc, the mother-in-law, that's a narcissist, feels threatened by the new by her daughter-in-law, and only because the mother narc wants all the attention on her, and she is, feels like she needs to control the situation, that she needs to, control her son, her adult son, and her adult daughter, and also her daughter-in-law. And if the mother narc, the mother-in-law, if she feels like she cannot control the daughter-in-law, then she's going to try to control her adult child. And what's going to happen is she's probably going to make that adult child choose between her and, the daughter-in-law. And so, you have that dynamic going on. A lot of the mother-in-laws like to always have that type of situation going on. Or this could also be friends. You may have like narcissistic friends, or just toxic friends, people around you that, maybe not mean you well. They could have really bad intentions for you. And let's say you have a friend that's like real chill, real cool, and that person has the best intentions for you. So your other friends, maybe these people use you for money, or they use you for resources, or, they benefit you. They get benefits off of you in some way, and they don't want to let those benefits go, right? They may want to cling to you. They may want to hold on to you for dear life. And so what they'll do is they'll try to bash like whatever other new friends you may have, or whatever other new connections you have, because they're afraid that, you're not going to include them in like whatever it is that you used to provide to them. Or, they may feel threatened because they feel like, this other connection or this other friendship, they know that that person is not like them, and they realize that that person sees right through their schemes and their slitherly ways, their devious ways. And so they don't want to be exposed, they don't want people to see them for who they truly are. So then that's when they try to, do the smear campaign against, that individual. Or like I said, this could be your own family that's doing this, I know me personally, I have had family members that came against me, family members that turned their back on me. I've been through it all. Like like I said, we're not going to talk about all this in this video, but trust me, you guys, I've been through a lot. I know I probably don't look like what I've been through, but trust me, whatever type of situation you think in your mind, more than likely, I've probably been through that or worse. But thank God, my relationship with God has definitely preserved me and really allowed me to continue on my journey and to continue proceeding forward and doing God's work. So I'm truly, truly grateful for God in my life. And I can never turn my back on God because he's never turned his back on me. And God has never let me down. God has never disappointed me. So I can never let God down. And I can never disappoint him because he's been there for me when no one else was. So yeah. But yeah, so you definitely have to rebuild your life back. And trust me, I know it's not easy, right? It's not an easy thing to do because you're gonna have distractions, right? You're gonna have people that don't want you to leave them behind. You're gonna have people that don't want to grow, that don't want to change, people that want to stay the same, people that don't want anything out of life either, people that are just okay with the status quo, and that's okay. There's no, I mean, everybody's entitled to how they want to live. But what would be good is that if you can get around individuals that want what you want. You get what I'm saying? And so that would be good to do. And how you go about doing that is you have to connect with the right people, right? You also have to find out about the things that you like to do in your life. And I do talk a lot about this in my book, Your Pain Will Make You Successful. So if you have not gotten that, also Reclaim Your Life Back book. Make sure that you guys do get both of those books after watching this video. It would definitely be helpful on your journey, your healing and your recovery journey, right? Add it to your library. Highly recommended. But yeah, this is really good. I guess to hear it from the horse's mouth, this person is admitting that they are a narc, and it's interesting. And also, let's see here. Yeah, the person said we don't break people down. We just like to control our situation. And I understand, like, normal people may want to control the situation. I mean, I get that. Who doesn't, but with a narcissist, the reason why it's so, destructive with them is because they are hurting people in the process of trying to control a situation. You get what I'm saying? Like, they're being so greedy, so sneaky, and so deceptive and at the expense of somebody else's pain, right? And they're harming innocent people, harming innocent victims at their own personal gain, and that's not something that is accepted. It's not approved, and it should not be done. But of course the narcissist does that. But again, we all have to answer to karma, right? We all have to answer to judgment day. So that's just something that's a debt that has to be paid. Those dues have to be paid at the end of the day. And you shouldn't get in the way of that. I know some people, may say like, oh, well, maybe they didn't know, or are they conscious of what they're doing? Do they know that they're a narcissist? Like, yes, people know exactly what they're doing. No one's a child here unless it's a child, right? That's why we have that children's book coming out, because that's going to be for the kids. Now, if the child becomes a narc, now that's a whole different ballgame. Now, that's something that has to be sorted out as well. Now, obviously, this is something that the child has learned from their parent. So, that's a parent issue. You get what I'm saying? So that's something that had to do with whoever parented that individual could have caused that person to be a narc. So that's that type of situation. But that's still, I mean, if you can get the child when they're young, hopefully they're not a narc, but let's say if they picked up some narcissistic tendencies, it would be good to kind of talk to the child and find out what's going on. And if you find that you can only do what you can do, then you need to get that child into a professional help, right? If that makes sense. Now, if you feel like you can't do anything about it, then only thing you can do is just protect yourself, try to support the child, and things like that. But a lot of times, at a certain age, if an adult child, or if it's like a preteen, sometimes it could be too late because it could be to where that's their personality. So it just really depends, you know? So you kind of have to play it by ear and kind of see how their behavior is, you know? So you just got to be mindful of that. But yeah, I guess that's all I wanted to talk about. And like I said, I kind of did make a video about this, but maybe this is, you know, kind of like a part two. But yeah, just rebuilding your life back after the narcissist tries to break you, you know, because the thing about it though, too, the narcissist not only wants to break you, but again, they want to make you just like them. That's the whole point of them breaking you down. Like, again, they want to make you codependent just like them. They want to make you miserable just like them. They want to make you feel sad, depressed, and stressed out, just like them. They want to make you settle for less, just like them. And they also want to make you have a low self esteem. They don't want you to have any empathy, no sympathy, no love, or anything, just like them. You get me? So, this is why this is really important to really have your boundaries. And you know, you got to love yourself, like, because if you don't love yourself, then you're just going to fall right into the trap, right? Or you're going to just go along with it and, you know, just accept it. And that's, some people, they do that, and that's on them, you know. I know some folks, especially when it's like a parent dynamic or a family dynamic, some people feel obligated. Some people are like, oh, you know, that's my mom, or oh, you know, that's my dad, or oh, you know, that's my in-law, or oh, you know, that's my friend, or oh, you know, that's whatever, and associate. So some people accept it, you know, because they have not done the inner healing and done the inner work. So, and they're probably still hurting over a situation. So that's, again, everybody has their own choices. They have their own prerogatives, to each his own, whatever makes you happy. But, you know, if you want more out of life and, you know, you want to be drama free, toxicity free, you know, mayhem free, and just live peacefully, then that's some of the stuff that you have to do. And it's not easy. I can be honest. I tell you guys this all the time. This stuff is not easy. And some people are never going to do it. And that's fine. These videos, you guys, is not for everybody. Right. So, you know, these videos are only for people that want to do the inner work and do the inner healing. And that's okay. And again, I know that there's narcissists listening in. There's probably other people listening in too. You know, it is what it is. But at the end of the day, you know, we all have those decisions to make. And so, you know, it's totally up to the individual person. You know, we only have one life to live, and we can't live other people's lives. We got to live our lives for ourselves, you know? And, but just based off of my experience, I can tell you doing the inner work was definitely worth it for me, because, you know, you just really alleviate stress, you know, worries and fears and anxieties, because a lot of that stuff that you may be feeling is brought on from other people. Like, because one of the things that I noticed is, like, especially when I was like, you know, like years back when I was a little younger, I noticed that the more people I had around me, the more stressed out I felt, the more anxiety I had, the more worries that I had. And I noticed, like, when you begin to distance yourself from certain people and certain individuals, you realize that you have more of a calmer life. Like, it's like less chaotic, it's less, you know, dramatic. You get what I'm saying? And like I said, some people like stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, some people like the drama. And me personally, I'm just not one of those people. Like, I don't know about you guys. Like, I know some people like it, you know, but you know, it is what it is. So anyway, I hope that this was helpful, you guys. I would love to know what was your guys' biggest takeaway. Oh, and you know, I was actually reading this. So the person was saying that they are narc. How do I know if they don't want to change? So I can stop hurting my girl. I hate that I hurt her. Yeah. And that's what I'm saying. Like, some of these narcissists, I mean, to be honest, for somebody, sorry about that, you guys, for someone to say that they know that they're hurting their person and they want to change, I mean, that's rare. That's a rare case that doesn't really happen. So I don't know if that person was telling the truth or not, but people know what they're doing, you know, and people know right from wrong. People know how they should be treating people, and when they're doing wrong. And so if someone's making a conscious decision to hurt somebody, then they're making that choice, and they're meaning to do that. It's not a mistake. That's what they're doing. They're an adult, and so they know. You get what I'm saying? So if you want to stop, you can stop. But if you're doing it intentionally, then you're just doing it with intentions to harm somebody. So that's up to you. That's your karma that you have to pay. So, but you can stop it. You don't have to continue to keep hurting your person. You get me? So, yeah, that was interesting. But yeah, I mean, and I'll just leave this with you guys, like, just moving forward. I mean, however you treat a person, just think, like, do you want somebody to do that to you? Like, if you're hurting someone and you feel like that's not going to come back onto you, you better, like, just keep that in mind, because you got to remember who's watching. The creator, God, is always watching. So, I actually, it's crazy because I did have a situation that happened. And I'm the type of person, if someone does me wrong, I don't get mad. I don't seek revenge. It's just like, it is what it is type of thing. But the individual that did the harm, I actually found out that that person, something not so good ended up happening to them. And it was like, I didn't have to do anything at all. You know what I'm saying? So when you put your trust in God, you realize that God, like, does the work for you. Like, you don't have to do anything. If somebody harms you in any way, you don't have to seek revenge on anybody. Like, that, you're like, no one is God. Like, God is God, and we're humans. Like, you get what I'm saying? No one can take the place of God. So yeah, you just gotta allow God to do what he does, and you continue to keep doing good, and you continue to love folks, and it is what it is. But yeah, I just thought that I mentioned that because it's just a testimony to let you know that God, if you are for God and God can trust you and you do good to people, and even if people try to hurt you or harm you, God got your back. Like, you don't have to do anything. If somebody harms you, you don't have to harm them back. It's just allow God to do whatever needs to be done. You get me? But yeah, no, I definitely heard some couple things. So an individual actually called me and let me know some things regarding a particular individual. So that was just interesting. But I'll keep you guys posted on that. But yeah, I hope that this was helpful. Make sure that you guys do give this video a like, share, subscribe. I would love to know your takeaway. What were some of the things that you learned? And yeah, I also wanted to say thank you guys for your support. I really love you guys from the bottom of my heart. I'm sending you so much light and love. Again, I know there's narcissists listening in too. So, the narcissists, they gotta, sneak in and slither their way in to see, they're always up to no good, right? So it's all good. The narcissists, they just gonna be who they are. You can't, it is what it is. But make sure that you guys do join my free Facebook support group called the Healing and the Recovery Room. I would love to have you join in. And make sure that you do try a sugar scrub. If you have not, make sure that you visit my website called joylarkinskincare.com. Get a sugar scrub. Also, make sure that you do get all of my books. Also, pre-order I Feel Misunderstood children's book. And any other way that I can support you guys can go to my website. You can learn more about my products and my services. And I look forward to hearing from you and sending you guys so much love. Until the next time, take care. Bye.